last Saturday, Chris Rock dropped his comedy special. Overall, it was pretty funny. I laughed a couple of times during it. I think it's fun to get comedy like that because we don't get much of it anymore. But one of the big things for that show was the fact that he was going to finally respond to the famous Oscar slap that happened last year. And he delivered quite the blow to Will Smith. And then a few days later, we found out how Will Smith felt about it. He thought it was below the belt. He was embarrassed and hurt and insulted. And it's like, really? Below the belt? You walked up on stage and smacked him in front of everybody, in front of the world. It tanked your career.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Vibing with Nick, and I'm back again with another lit reaction video. This time I'm reacting to, you know what? I forget this man's name, but I'll have it for you by the end of the video. Here's my thing. We're gonna talk about it. Let's get right off into this reaction video. Um, you know, Chris, I wanted to give this time to settle on people. The Chris Rock, it the comedy special he did was very, for me. I just felt like those last 10 minutes you had already talked about it. You didn't. He didn't respond to you. He didn't give you apology after apology. For the slap. Then you come back and hit him in the face with the last 10 minutes of your video, your comedy special. To me, it was a little bit too late to respond because now I'm feeling like you did it for to come back, but you getting money off this special, you know. And he didn't get money off of what he did. He did it because he knew he was wrong. Here's my thing. I said it was wrong, but I also understood, what he did it for. And not to say that there's no right and wrong. There is a wrong in the situation, but sometimes there is no right and wrong. When somebody has berated your wife, talked about your wife constantly in the blogs, and you've seen it, and you constantly see it. Whether she had an entanglement or not had nothing to do with nothing. I remember when he was on stage at the Oscars and everybody laughed at the fact that he was going in on Jada, and that was a woman. The woman could not defend herself. She was not there. And when you did it in front of them, that was wrong. And he stood up and he said it was wrong, although walking up to him, you know, here's my thing. I said, if she were with Tupac probably would have did the same thing because we know how he felt about Jada. Here's the thing. So does Will. And anybody that talks about any man that talks about another man's woman or wife in the vicinity of them, you think they're gonna take that? No, they're gonna be like, no, it's time to put hands. Because you've already said what you needed to say, and it was wrong. But you can't expect for how another man get up and react to you. Period. So let's finish this
So,
off
I find that
and
funny.
see what he's
Also,
saying.
we learned he
So,
never apologized personally to Chris Rock and that they were friends before, and he's trying to throw his wife into the mix again, make her the victim, say that, like, Chris Rock is stalking her or something, that he's been obsessed with her. They've been slinging a lot of mud at him.
first of all, he did not say that. He did not say that Chris was stalking him or them. He did not say he was after Jada or told her that or said anything like that. She never said that. He never came out and said that. I don't know where this man is going with this, but let's finish.
Doing their best because, well, I mean, let's be honest, they're not in the best place right now, and that special really, really highlighted some things, especially how they put their business out for the world, particularly Will Smith's wife banging her son's friend. That's really strange, by the way, and they called it an entanglement.
First of all, there is no there is no way to say what I'm finna say. I'm just gonna say it. Wherever they were going through in their relationship has nothing for the people. We can't sit back and say, well, Will and Jada, they've been doing this for a minute. No, he wasn't a part of it. They had separated. We never knew when they separated, but we would see them go on different trips. And when they was on different trips, maybe they was not together or calling it a separation. We don't know what they were calling it. We know that they will probably been with other women. We know that she probably was being with other men, allegedly. But at the end of the day, who wants to sit and say that this man and this woman was? I mean, I'm not finna sit up here and let no. You cannot say that about this man's woman wife and expect people to not come back and say nothing to you. For the longest, people been knowing what Jada and Will was about. Whether they were swingers allegedly, and they came out and said that they wasn't allegedly, you know. But people had other reasons to believe that they probably were in that Hollywood lifestyle. Just like, for example, Tiny and T.I. We can't say that allegedly. Because now that he's been vindicated for it, you can't say it because it ain't happened. It have to be. Now she came out and said it did happen. You know, and then by being her son's friend, maybe that's the reason why Jaden felt the way he felt about his mama. Oh, you wrong. And she have to own up to it. But at the end of the day, it still don't have nothing to do with her because two people fall in love. We can't. She couldn't get mad at him if he found somebody that was her age. See what? Jada's about 50 now. Yeah, she 50 now. Let's say Jaden walked in the house with a 50-year-old woman and he's like, "Mama, remember this your home girl from back in the day? Y'all did a couple of movies together." She probably would be upset. But she probably gonna pull her to the side and say, "You know that's my son, right? You know I'm gonna say what I have to say." Same thing go for her. We don't know what uh, allegedly August Alcina's family said about her. And then we know that he still have issues regarding her. So same thing for her son. So you can't get mad at a woman for feeling like she feeling. If she felt like she wanted to go with somebody younger. Now, had it been, if it was my son, I wouldn't have done that. That's just me. But to each their own. I'm not gonna go and get nobody his age, and then on top of that, mess with him. Mm, that's not in my yeah. That's not in my category of things
That's
to do.
code for she was banging him. I mean, that's strange. Like who does something like that? Oh, you're my child's best friend. Let's get down. And Will Smith the whole time is just sitting there, looking like a gawk. Let's be honest about it. Like that's what he is. I don't know why the hell they thought that would be a good idea to put that out to the world, but they did. Very strange family, the Smith household, I gotta say.
First of all, I don't think that they put it out there like that. The young man did. allegedly he put it out there, and all she did was go back and talk about it. Technically, she put it. If you're gonna tell her narrative, let her tell her own narrative, and I think that's what she did. She basically told her own narrative, said what she had to say, talked about it with her husband, as people supposed to do, and communicate with each other, and he was upset and hurt. Of course, you could see it in his face. But don't say what you saying about this man, cause you pretty much saying that. I mean, you pretty much saying that he was a duck. How you gonna say this man is a duck because his wife went off and had a entanglement? But that's why she called it an entanglement, because she didn't see it as nothing more. Now, what he thought, being the young man and the boy that he was, not thinking that a woman of her age and caliber is gonna, because she was not gonna leave Will. Let's keep it real. She was not gonna. She was not going to. She was gonna. She was not gonna lose him to save her and this young man's relationship. She wasn't. Period.
Hey, strange family. There's also new rumors that Jada might have hooked up with the guy from Crisscross when he was like 15. I don't know if that's true or not. That's an allegation.
Now that's stupid. Why y'all gonna say that she messed around with one of the young men from Chris Cross? And I know who it is. See, stop putting false narratives out here. Y'all listening to this man? Comment down below if y'all heard what that man said.
But given her history, I don't know, man. So anyway, a lot of bad press out there for the Smith household. And they're not liking that bad press. They're not fans of it. There might be a reason that Smith and his wife are so upset with all of the bad press that's been coming their way. And that's because it looks like Will Smith is about to try and do a comeback tour. And no, I don't mean music tour with him going back and doing his rap songs that he's famous for. No. I mean
Let's talk about it. If he doing a comeback attempt, what is he coming back from? Y'all tell me, comment down below, what is he coming back from? From the infamous Oscar slap? He did not get blackballed. He cannot not do movies. Nobody is really taking nothing away from him. He has got movie deals on the table. He still is doing his show on Peacock. He still directs films. His They have a whole production company, Westbrook. And up under Westbrook, you got Bel Air. And he's probably going to be doing Bad Boys 4 in Atlanta. He's probably going to be doing Fast and Loose. He's probably going to do all of that in Atlanta on Tyler Perry Studios ground. He with the right person. He taking pictures with the right people. Chris, I always feel like Chris Rock was jealous of Chris. Was jealous of Will. I always feel like he was jealous of Will because of they came out pretty much during the same time. He did better than him with the whole rap thing. He came in, tried to impersonate. The worst movie I ever think Chris Rock did was that CB4. It was funny. It was funny, but it was also when I go and look at CB4 and I'm like, ugh, The only really good movie he really played in, to be honest, was New Jack City. That's how I feel.
Popcorn movie tour. So his past two big films were, I don't know, is Emancipation a film or a show? I think it's just a movie on Apple. And then
First of all, go watch, go stream Emancipation, one of the best movies that came out last year. If you don't want to believe me, go to Apple Plus. I bought it. It's a good movie. It's it's heart wrenching. It's gritty. It's something that you would love to see Will in. He took them lashes, and I know every bit of him. He probably cringed. Not to say he was getting whooped for real, but you might as well say, your ancestors took those lashes, so why not? And here they is want to play and say something. I think I read somewhere where they was saying Will didn't say nothing when that white man was hitting him on his back like that. It's a movie. Really, really, people. He's in character. This was not a movie. This was real life that happened to him in front of his wife, and he was taking up for his wife. Don't confuse the two. Don't confuse the two.
he had King Richard. So his past two movies are serious, kind of award bait movies, trying to win Oscars, trying to win awards and stuff like that. Big dramas.
And you know what? In When he gets back, all these movies that they couldn't do nothing, I feel like he's still gonna get some kind of award from 'em. I feel like he's still gonna get some kind of award for him. The reason being is because all of his movies, from Bad Boys 1 to Bad Boys 3, now 4, they're good movies. Emancipation is a good movie. King Richard is a good movie. That's about Selena and Venus' daddy and about their career. And daddy, and foremost, the daddy career. And those were good movies and they were Oscar worthy performances. But because he did this, he's not gonna get that. Maybe he'll maybe he'll get him in 10 years. I don't think that they're gonna hold him out that long, but maybe he will.
Something to be taken seriously. Now, people like those just fine, but people like the popcorn action tent poles a little bit more. These are the kind of movies that really boost you up as like a movie star. And that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to come back and become a movie star again, get his movie star status. And after reading this, it's like, well, now this makes sense. This is why he was so pissed about the Chris Rock thing.
First of all, he does not have to come back from anything. Second of all, he's still a movie star. He's just a movie star without a house to get awards from, allegedly. They've been wanting to get something on Will for a long time. Now that he didn't hit the whitest of the black men. That's how I feel.
Because for the past year, he's been kind of laying low. He did his apology and did a couple of things for his emancipation.
Comment down below if y'all think that the apology should have sufficed Chris Rock. Cause me, I feel like the apology should have been sufficient enough. He apologized after During his speech, he said he was sorry. He apologized. He didn't say who he was sorry. He didn't say directly to who he was sorry to. But then when he went back and he redid it, he did a whole nother video. He put something up on his Instagram. He apologized then. Did an apology video. Come on. And then you got your brother and somebody's up and it's all Tony, you was just doing you was in the Will Smith business. If it wasn't for you, Mr. Tony Rock, if it wasn't for Will, Mr. Tony Rock, you would not be a movie star. You would not be a sitcom star. He gave you like a first your first like that was one of all of us was like one of his big deal roles. Cause he played the friend of Will Smith. Let's just be real, cause that's what all of us was. It was a sitcom based on his life, based on Will and Jada life, and Cherie. That that sitcom was loosely based on them.
Asian movie, uh, Bad Boys, and his Netflix thing. They were both put on hold, by the way. If you remember, these were put on hold. There wasn't really a lot of discussion about them, but the studios were like, listen, now's not the best time. We're going to put these on hold. Well, it looks like that hold is over. He's about to try and get his image back. And the way he's going to try to do that is by filming Bad Boys 4 and Netflix's Fast and Loose back to back. So that way he can get good press with these movies. And when you consider...
And that's a smart thing for him to do. Because Chris Rock garnered a lot from that slap. His sales went up in ticket prices. He got this Netflix deal on the heels of Will getting his stuff. Let's keep it real. Netflix wasn't looking at Chris. The only reason why they looked at Chris is because now, oh, it's a controversy behind, in front of him. And he was a part of the controversy. But they had to put his stuff on hold, put Will's stuff on hold in order to get this man some kind of deal, because I'm pretty sure behind the scenes Will was pulling the strings for him to get that comedy special. Let's keep it real. Will got pulled and he still had pulled. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't help him get that deal for that comedy tour.
that he's had a low profile, as they point out here, for the past 12 months. That would explain why he's upset with Chris Rock. And now, Chris Rock waiting a year to...
Okay, it says, while the Men in Black star has kept a mostly low profile in the 12 months since slapping presenter Chris Rock at last year's Oscar ceremony, he is now prepping for his first acting gig since the incident that sparked headlines around the world and a still simmering news cycle. Sources say Smith is looking to reestablish his commercial bona fide and is polished to and is poised to shoot Sony's Bad Boys 4 and Netflix's Fast and Loose back to back. Well, he has to do that. That's the strategy. Yes, that's the strategy that he wants to do. He wants to do that.
slap down and slap back against to Will Smith. I think now was kind of a genius move because while he tried to lay low and get people to forget about how crazy he was during that, Chris Rock comes out, reminds everybody. And I think that was calculated and very smart now because he's about to try and start his little comeback tour. And after laying low for 12 months, now all of this shit is getting brought back up. And don't forget, the Oscars is Sunday. They're going to bring it up again this year. And like this article points out, he's been trying to lay low, and the public kind of moved on. But now, thanks to Chris Rock, his slap is back in the news cycle. And a lot of these studios are not.
Okay, so basically what he was saying is he thought, however, it was the time would be softened with softened attitudes, while the public had seemed to move on from Smith's shocking moment. This news cycle kicked back into high gear following Rock's March 4th live comedy special, Selective Outrage, which eviscerated Smith and his family. And see, that's my thing. He had put all this stuff behind him. He trying to get his career. We say trying to get his career back going, but his career never really stopped. He just was put on hold. But what I'm saying is, when you look at it, the respect comes. This man don't have no respect. Now, he didn't. He saying we used to be friends, whatnot, and stuff. Y'all used to be friends. Y'all was still good friends in, until that slap. But at the end of the day, he did apologize.
Not so quick to get in bed with him. But keep in mind, neither of these projects were canceled. They were just pushed back. Kind of delayed indefinitely. Doesn't mean it's canceled. It's not good for it, but they're bringing them back. The whole plan here was to let things blow over. And
Exactly.
not blowing over quite as fast as Will Smith would like. And his little comeback tour has now hit a speed bump. Oh, and by the way, the guy that Jada hooked up with, he apparently thought the jokes were quite funny. Quite funny. Nothing happened to him. He made out.
First of all, why did he even indulge in it? See, this is my thing. When you in the news like that, why do you indulge in things that you shouldn't? You know, I mean, August, you should know. See, some his rep, whoever is with him that handles him, his handler, his rep, his manager, they should be telling him, listen, don't feed off into that BS. Please don't, because you have a whole career that we're trying to revive over here. Because let's be honest, he can sing, Buddy can sing, but if it wasn't for Jada finding him and whatever was going on between them, you wouldn't even be a household name right now. Like, really, you're a household name because this woman said she had an entanglement with you. And you have not had a hit single since, I don't even know when you. I just know of you because I just said, oh, he sound good. What he sing, I can't even remember the songs that he sing because it's not memorable. So he just needs to stop.
Out like a bandit during this, but it's just funny. Like this dude, man, imagine that. Like
And
this
he's
dude,
a cutie.
Here's the pictures
But
of
he
them
just,
together. Imagine being Will Smith. This dude was hanging out at your house with your son, and now he's hanging out with your wife. Man, Will Smith is a loser. anybody look at that guy like a winner anymore? Embarrassing.
You know what? I'm gonna stop that man right now if I had to say something bad. I thought I wanted I thought I wanted to tell y'all who he is. I really can't tell y'all who he is. I really don't know who he is. But thank you for the content, sir. But what I'm saying is this man, he's calling this whole man a loser because the wife decided to go off and have an entanglement with another man. But like she said, I think at one point that they were separated, and she started catching a little bit of feelings. Who knows? And he started catching feelings. We know he was catching feelings because he said he was. You could tell in the pictures they was a little bit too close because it's the way he had his arm around her waist, like that's this my man. That's how. If you really want to look at the body language in those pictures, and I always thought it was something off about that. Why he got his arm around her waist like that? I mean, he was really clenched on to her. I was like, damn. So I did say that. I was like, damn, Marcus, you was holding on to that waist like it was your waist. So, uh, yeah. My whole thing was I'm gonna tell y'all about this joke, the jokes that he said. I didn't like them. I just felt like it's a little bit too little, too late. Um, I did watch the comedy special. When he talks about his kids, that's kind of funny. Um, but the whole jokes about Jada and Will was just tacky. It was distasteful. He could have came up with some more better punchlines. If you gonna talk about a situation, talk about it right. That's just me. I liked what he came out in. I liked his little, cause he a man, he an old man now. So, but to see him come out with his little white on, I was like, okay, that's cool. He was dressed to come and you know tell some jokes and had his little white towel in the back of his pants in his back pocket. So yeah, so um, but I wouldn't give that show no 10. I give it 4, 5. It wasn't all that good, and he not all that funny to me. So y'all take it as it come. Go watch it, stream it, cause I'm for all unforgiving uh black people. They flowers. So go and stream on Netflix Chris Rock's comedy special, Selective Outrage. So yeah, I think the one part where he was, I guess it was selective, where they was saying he he picked Chris to vent on after everything that everybody else was saying. And for me, I think he just got upset, and he was really upset. You was supposed to be his friend. You probably didn't heard him vent about a lot of stuff that people have said about him and his wife, but then you gonna come and you gonna say it too. He been letting you get a pass after pass after pass. So why would you even keep pushing them buttons and you in front of him? You thought we D Will Smith was gonna let you punk him. Yeah, nah. I knew that from the, because they thought that everybody thinks that he's such a good boy that he not gonna do nothing. No, he gonna eat your ass up. So what we gonna do? Yes, this come from Yellow Flash too, guys. This video, I just seen it. So like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that post notification bell so that when I upload, you know that I've done so. Till next time, peace, y'all.